Hi, I'm Lorraine and welcome to my channel. Now just before I dive in there and pull your cards for today, Scorpio, I'd just like to say I am a professional and experienced holistic spiritual counsellor and mentor, and I offer 100% money back guarantee for image readings, tarot readings, also the programs, as well as spiritual and holistic counselling and mentorship, plus advice to help you with union with self and union with your person. Just check the details in the description box below this video for more information. So let's dive in there and let's see what messages the cards have for you, for both you and your person's love journey thus far. Messages for Scorpio. Okay, so you were coming in with the Hanged Man, and you were also coming in with the Emperor, the Hierophant. Alright. Well, it comes in as it's not a stubborn attitude when it comes to your person here. In a sense, here Scorpio, it comes in as this is how it is. This is how it's always been. You're coming in with someone who's quite steeped in their traditions and religions, to be quite honest. They already know the truth about how certain negative here, pain, hurt and fear, to be quite honest, have impacted greatly on their life from childhood to adult life here in your reading. And if there's an opportunity here for this person to, it's coming in as to reconnect here with family, with friends here, and even people in general. Here in your reading, this person doesn't want to. Here. To go against, this is what it's saying here, Scorpio, to go against what this person, your person, already sees as a foundation that has been instilled in them here, isn't something, or isn't, something they are willing to even think about. That's what it's saying here with both these cards on the board. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that, the way in which your person is coming in here. This is someone who upholds, is what I'm getting here, Scorpio, who upholds tradition and religion. That's what it's saying. Now, what I also pick up here in your reading is that this Hierophant guy learnt the hard way. That's what it's saying. What it's like to, I'm not too sure if your person has come to terms here with the way in which they were raised here in your reading, what it talks about here is that that's just how it is here. Just want to check something here, guys. It's coming in as the way in which this person thinks, to be quite honest. This person doesn't go out of their comfort zone. Yeah. They don't think out of the box. This person actually stays in the box. Here. They don't step out and look in. They don't question. Here. It is what it is. That's what I'm getting with your reading. Here. Yeah, of course, it can be seen as narrow-minded, but not to this person. It's not narrow-minded here, guys. It's not tunnel vision. It is what it is. I grew up a certain way. Here. Yeah, of course, you can see it as lack, but that's not how this person sees it, to be quite honest. To see it as lack, here, to see it as tunnel vision, here in your reading, well, kind of pushes this person here to the edge. And I don't think here in your reading, this person is ready for it. To question. To unpack here. To go against what they already perceive as the truth. Right. Let me keep going. Let me keep going here. You may be dealing with an earth sign here, guys. Taurus in particular is what I'm getting. Alright, and one more. Alright, so you were coming in with the Two of Wands, you have the Page of Swords, and you were coming in with the Nine of Cups. What I get here in your reading with those three cards, yeah, it's definitely a challenge and an obstacle here. You're the challenge and the obstacle here because you make this person, you actually make this person question here. What's the truth? And what's fact here? Perception is a fact here, guys. Truth is the truth about oneself. Here in your reading, this is how it comes in here. Because it comes in as here, Scorpio, what I want to say is that this person questions here themselves here in your reading because you actually provoked this person to go closer to the edge here, to think outside of the box here in your reading, because they do actually question what you say. Now, why they question what you say here to themselves is what I'm getting. Why they question what you say is because you actually talk about what this person has already been through here, Scorpio. Now, what I'm also picking up here in your reading, what it also talks about here is that you connect the dots for this person, where it comes in as they've always felt a certain way, coming in with the Five of Pentacles here, this Hierophant guy. And I did talk about lack here in your reading. And what it talks about there is that they pinpoint a time in their life here where they find the start point, is what I'm getting. But because it's in their past, here in your reading, it makes it difficult, or they struggle here to confront and face a painful and hurtful memory. And like I said, coming in with the Hanged Man and the Hierophant card, what it talks about there in your reading is for your person, the Hierophant, it is what it is. That's what it's saying. When you're coming in with the Page here, and what it talks about there in your reading, it's coming in as this person, this Hierophant guy, struggles here to talk about their innermost feelings, because in their own way they've dealt with it here. But what it actually shows this person is that they don't talk about their emotions here. They can't. That's what I'm getting. Hence why you're coming in with the struggle here in your reading. And so what they went through here, guys, from their childhood, you're coming in with negative attachments. That's what it's talking about here. To past pain, hurt and fear, this person keeps it close to their chest. That's what it's saying. They keep it to themselves. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, because they've always done that. It has always been that way. It has never been about the way in which I'm feeling. So I've never spoken about my emotions. But then I don't know about my emotions. That's what it's saying. My emotions and my feelings here. But they do want to talk about it. I do get that here with the Two of Wands. But they don't know how here. See, what it talks about here in your reading, when you're coming in with the Nine of Cups, here it also talks about the avoidance here. And I spoke about negative attachments here. See, like I said, it comes in as the start point, Scorpio. And for the Hierophant guy, they pinpoint it. They pinpoint it here. And see, I spoke about their perception of love here. And that perception came in as, so I've got to have all these things in place, and then I'm going to find love, all right? And I'm not saying anything about that. But what's happening here with these cards is that your person, the Hierophant guy, they struggle. They struggle because in a certain way here, this person gets what you're on about. See, it comes in as, now I know why I have patterns and habits. Now I know what it is that I've ignored. Now I know what it is that I have avoided here. And it's coming in as the truth about oneself and one's reality here in your reading. Let me pull some more cards here, guys. But it also comes in here as, guys, it's hard to admit here in your reading that that was a problem. Because, like I said, it's back in this person's past here. But they know that it's a problem. See, that's the thing here. Problem, they know that that's the start point. And they worked their arse off, is what I'm getting here, to avoid and ignore that truth of a past pain, hurt and fear, a painful and hurtful memory. Right, so you were coming in with the Three of Swords, the Seven of Cups, and you were also coming in with the Three of Pentacles here. It is coming in that way. See, potentially here in your reading, it is coming in as discernment here, okay, but it's also coming in as the veil has been lifted. They're seeing, you know, the smoke has cleared here, the smoke screen here in your reading. In a sense here, guys, when it talks about this person, your person here, see, it comes in as here, guys. I mean, this is huge. This is one huge realization for your person here. And it comes in as what they have avoided and ignored for a very long time here. And because they have done that here in your reading, they built it. That's what it's talking about here. They worked hard to build it, is what it talks about. See, things are being, like I said, it's a realization. It's being illuminated to this Hierophant here. Because it comes in as, like I said, they worked their arse off here. But the truth here is they worked their arse off to avoid and ignore a painful and hurtful memory from their past here. And they're going to realize that coming in with these cards here. The potential outcome here, guys, comes in as the truth about this person's, well, the truth about themselves and their reality here. And it is coming in as love, true and real love here in your reading, that it actually comes from self. See, with the Seven of Cups coming in here, guys, what I get with this Hierophant is that this person has been looking for love for a very long time here. Friends, family here. But there has always been that void inside of them, which is an emptiness here. But this person has lived with it. That's what it's saying. And to them, it has been quite normal to feel this way. To feel that way, guys. That's what your reading is talking about. And so there is the truth here, guys. Potentially here in your reading, they will see the truth. All right, let's go. Judgment and the Ten of Swords here. That things haven't changed here in your reading. By sticking to this plan, this deep-rooted is what it talks about here in your reading. Foundation, tradition here. And what I mean by tradition here, guys, is that things have always been this way. It is coming in as intergenerational here, where this person has followed a, how would you call that? It's like a plan. And this plan has been given to this person. Yeah, or they've seen this plan here. Where they will learn some really tough lessons is what it talks about here. See, not only is it the truth about oneself here in your reading, but it's also the truth about this person's environment and, to be quite honest, the people that are around them here. And it comes in as why they stayed stuck in that place, because that's what they're going to figure out here, Scorpio. Now for yourself here, Scorpio, what it can talk about there in your reading is deal with your own Ten of Swords here. You know, don't come away from here judging and blaming others, reacting and being resentful here. Because you too are going to stay in a stuck mentality here in tradition and religion here in your reading. Or religiously doing the same as everybody else here. The only way change can come in is if you focus on yourself here. Now book an image reading with me, as I'm not just a tarot reader. Now I am going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your reading. And I'll catch you later.